And the next topical issue is in two names, Deputy Derek Nolan and Deputy Seán Kyne, and it's to the Minister for Environment, Community and Local Government on the need to review the number of social inclusion community activation programme lots for County Galway in light of the decision that Galway be treated as one county. Minister, could I ask you, are you taking this? You are taking it, yeah. So Deputy Kyne, I'm not sure, are you on your own?
Derek should be coming. I'll send him a text.
Well, why don't you start anyway? Oh, here he is, yeah.
Okay.
So 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Good Cahir, and I'd like to welcome the Minister to debate this topical issue. As you know, the Government has initiated the process regarding the establishment of the LCDCs, one of which was established for Galway. And last autumn, last September indeed, the LCDC in Galway met and had a decision to make regarding whether to allow one lot or two lots for the county, or indeed more than two lots if they so wish. And they met and they decided that there would be one lot for the SICAP contract for the county. Now, subsequently, there was attempts to have this reversed, and indeed, all the Oireachtas members in Galway West, my colleague Deputy Nolan, and everyone else in the constituency, and indeed senators, and all the councillors representing the Connemara Municipal District requested the LCDC in Galway to reverse that and to allow for two lots, to allow a separate lot for the Connemara area, which is a distinct region separate from the rest of the county. You have to go through the Galway City Local Authority area to reach the rest of the county. That didn't happen, and a contract was subsequently issued. There's a lot of concern in the locality, not least with the process that there was 19 people eligible to vote on the decision making to allow one lot, and only 5 people subsequently made that decision because of certain people not turning up, because of conflicts of interest, and because of the process that was laid down in terms of private and public. There's a lot of concern in Connemara. Forum have a huge record, a great record over 25 years of providing service to that part of the community. They want to know what options are now open to Forum regarding the SICAP. Can the LCDC decision be reversed? They're concerned about continuity of services, and I appreciate that GRD would have to continue services for the full county, but there is still a lot of concern. And there is obviously 10 jobs at risk, 5 full-time and 5 part-time, as I understand, in an area where jobs are badly needed, very valuable resources. So there's huge concern in the community. I don't know anyone in the Connemara area who is happy with this decision that has been made, and it has been made, unfortunately, by Galway people, if you like, on the LCDC. I'm not happy with the decision that was made, and I'm wondering what the Minister and the Department can do to intervene. And
Deputy Nolan, 2 minutes.
Minister, we're in the midst of one serious mess in Galway at the moment. The results of what's happened, as Deputy Kyne has outlined, have really thrown the whole community sector, the rural communities, the community in Connemara, and indeed the community in the rest of the County Galway into total turmoil. Nobody in Galway wants the situation that has come to the fore to be the situation as is. Everybody agrees. If you talk to Galway Rural Development, they wanted 2 lots. Forum wanted 2 lots. Minister, in fairness, you've been down to Letterfrack. You've visited Forum. You've seen the immense work that they have done in Letterfrack in turning what was a very small rural town into a thriving community with so many different community projects, all of which are centred on this community approach they have, of which Forum is an element. I know there's things happening, Minister, with judicial reviews and so forth, but if we take a step back and just look at the mess that's here at the moment, I think it's a mess that nobody saw leading to such difficulties. We have staff in Forum terrified about their jobs. We have staff in Galway Rural Development terrified about their jobs. We have communities across Galway all upset. The solution is to find some way in which the department can cut out the legal process, cut out people having to go to court, and just say, look, what's ideal here and what both companies would have originally wanted and what really the citizens and the residents in Galway want is 2 lots. There's two companies to allow that to happen. If there's ways we can do that by allowing subcontracting between the 2 companies, by allowing funds to be transferred in another way, by maybe redoing the lot again, looking at all kinds of options, but that's the only way out of it. And if this situation had anyone actually vying and saying this was a good idea, then you could say, well, you know, maybe there's an argument. There's nobody, Minister, in County Galway saying that what's happening now is the right way to go. Everyone says it's wrong. Everyone says that Forum has an excellent record, and that Connemara and the east and the west of Galway needs that separate, independent, unique voice, that it works so well and knows the community. And if we can find a way through this without delaying, without getting involved in technicalities, let's do it now, and let's put these people, the communities, at ease once and for all.
Thanks, Deputy. And the Minister has 4 minutes to respond.
Thank you, Caoirleach. The proposals outlined in Putting People First Action Programme for Effective Local Government seek to position local government as the primary vehicle of governance and public service at local level, leading economic, social and community development, delivering efficient and good value services and representing citizens and local communities effectively and accountably. As part of the programme of reform of local government, local community development committees, or LCDCs, have been established in all local authority areas. These committees, comprising public, private, socio-economic interests, will have responsibility for local and community development programmes on an area basis, including social inclusion and community activation programme, or CICAP as the programme is commonly known. They will develop, coordinate, implement a more coherent and integrated approach to local and community development than heretofore, with the aim of reducing duplication and overlap and optimising the use of available resources for the benefit of citizens and communities. In accordance with the Public Spending Code, legal advice, good practice internationally, and in order to ensure the optimum delivery of services to clients, CICAP was subject to a public procurement process, which is in its final stages. In stage 1, joint applications were encouraged, and organisations of various sizes, for example, smaller organisations working in consortia with larger organisations, were invited to submit joint applications. The closing date for stage 2, invitation to tender, was the 19th of December 2014. Tenderers have now been informed of the outcome of their tender, and local and community development committees are in the process of establishing contracts with the successful tenderers. Following contract signature, Pobal will publish a contract award notice in the official journal of the EU and the On e-Tenders website. LCDCs have managed and implemented Stage 2 invitation to tender of the CICAP tendering process. While my department recommended that in order to reduce the administrative budget burden for each LCDC, that it would be prudent to have one lot only for each LCDC. In some areas, the decision was taken by the LCDC to divide the lot into smaller units. That was a decision of the LCDC concerned in each case. The LCDC is independent of the local authority in the performance of its functions. This independence is provided for explicitly in sections 49A2 and 128B8 of the Local Government Act 2001. Any decisions made by an LCDC when carrying out its functions are solely a matter for the LCDC. I am satisfied that the decision of Galway LCDC to tender on the basis of one lot was taken appropriately. The primary focus of my department is to ensure that frontline services being supported, particularly those focused on the needs of the most socially deprived communities, are protected, given the need to ensure best value for the scarce resources available. I am confident that the new programme will continue to provide key supports to those most in need in our communities in all local authority areas throughout the county and country.
Thanks, Minister. Deputy Kyne has just 1 minute, I'm afraid.
Ara, thank you for that response. And while you state that you're satisfied that the decision of the Galway LCDC to tender on the basis of one lot was taken appropriately, unfortunately, nobody in Connemara feels that the decision is serving them, and certainly not putting them first. The whole basis of this was putting people first. Unfortunately, the people of that region of North Connemara haven't been put first by the decision of the Galway LCDC, and that's very regrettable. And herein lies the crux of the issue: how we can solve this. As you know, as was pointed out, nobody in Galway is happy with the decision. And whilst we have gone down a legal route, I would ask that your department and Pobal work with the winning contractor, GRD, winning tender, and Forum, to see if there's any process that this can be reversed by consent, if there's any mechanism within law that this can be reversed with consent, because I think obviously we have to work together for the good of the county to make the best and most appropriate decision, which is a separate lot for the Connemara area. So I'd ask you to look at whatever methods you can within your department and within Pobal to make that happen.
Deputy Nolan.
Good. Good morning to Aaron. Minister, what I would say to you following your answer is I appreciate that this is what the department is saying to you, and actually it's probably accurate. What I'm asking you to do is to use your offices broader than the remit that your answer is here today, to look at the situation, to get your department to contact the county council, to contact some of the county councillors, to contact Galway Rural Development, to contact Forum, and to realise and to understand that there isn't a single stakeholder in Galway that's happy with the decision that's happened, that is happy with what's happening, or is that is satisfied that the situation as it's unfolding will actually work for the communities. If we can, just try and recognise that, what happened in the LCDC happened at a time when people probably weren't as focused on the issue as they ought to have been, that sometimes decisions get made, as we all know in this House and in government, that are gotten wrong. And in this case, the decision was gotten wrong. And what I'd ask you to do, Minister, is use your office and your department as a way and a means of bringing the stakeholders together to find a way forward, to first just talk to them and listen, and you'll hear the real and genuine concerns from all sides, and to use your office to look at any possible avenue, be it negotiation, be it working with Pobal, be it subcontracting, be it retendering, to find a way to give Galway Rural Development their piece on the east of the county, and Forum Connemara the piece for Connemara and the bit on the west of the Corrib, because that is extremely important to make sure that we continue the vital services that serve this region and Connemara at the moment.
Thanks, Deputy. And the Minister to respond.
Well, we have to bear in mind that the tender process is a legal one. The tender process was out there, and it was open for everybody to submit their tender application. Having said that, and I'm very conscious that, because of the changes and because of the alignment process, and, for communities trying to get their heads around the whole LCDC structure and the perceived difficulties, and indeed some of the difficulties, I will ask my officials to to contact both deputies and see, can we sit down and look and see at what ways could we possibly support the communities. To the forefront of my mind is that, services, the frontline services, are delivered to the communities that need them. That is my foremost concern. But I take the concerns of the deputies on board, and I would ask my officials to get in contact and see if there is some road forward. There's no problem having a talk or a chat to anybody at all to see is there some way that we can have some compromise. Thank you.